I'm Nicole King, and this is Marbella Now.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Starting off this new season, I want to welcome Jaye, Caradas, one of my favorite people on the coast, not only because she's gorgeous inside and out, but she does so many great things for our community. And this year at Christmas, I think she outdid herself and her charity, Caradas, the food fairies, because I think you fed some 5,000 people, turkeys all over the place, chickens, delivering food. Cara, congratulations. Really, you are my hero. You are my hero.
I mean, you know, it's not me. It's a team of us. This year, actually, I mean, we did the whole obviously fundraising and everything, which was done with quite a solid team. But at the end, I think it was 4 of us at the end, sort of getting everything done. So yeah, it was hard work.
Because there is a lot. What food fairies, Caradas, you have started during lockdown, and there you were feeding the people who were out of jobs, had no money, they weren't getting any compensation yet in from the governments, and you've just continued. But you've also added that to what you do every year, which is the Christmas collection of
Christmas
gifts.
Collection.
So tell us a little bit about the setup and how you've expanded over the last few years.
Well, I mean, my sons are 14 and 11. When they was babies, I decided to start purchasing gifts to give to kids in orphanages, mainly because when I was seeing my own children open things, it upset me. There was always a sadness to Christmas, because I think, you know, I watch my own babies, they bring me so much joy seeing what they get, and I know there's kids out there that aren't getting the same. So that sort of started with, I think it was about 50, 60 kids. By the next year it was hundreds, and you know, this year I think it was nearly 500 kids, 600 kids. I forget the figures, there's so many that's swirling in my head. But yeah, obviously with the families from what we fed during food fairies when we was doing COVID, it's just not gone anywhere. You know, you get to know families, and there's so much need out there, it's insane. And you know, we're not over COVID yet. You know, people are still struggling massively. You know, businesses are closing down all the time, and a lot of people are out of jobs. So yeah, I mean, the numbers just grew and grew.
It's lovely to see you started. You had the Ball Walk at the time, fabulous restaurant, my favourite on the Paseo Marítimo de la Playa, La Fontanilla, is it? The one in the centre. When you, in lockdown, you basically turned the restaurant into a food bank.
Indeed, yes.
The administration, because you go and collect the collections at the overseas supermarkets. So first of all, wonderful that they collaborate.
Honestly, the overseas supermarket were unreal.
I mean, you got like 5,000 items from them. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of
trolleys and trolleys and trolleys every day. But obviously, with that comes the collection of the trolleys, the loading, the unloading, the sorting. It's a huge operation.
I mean, at Christmas, you and Jack, basically, in the sense you got all the chickens, but then they were all in crates.
Yeah.
So then you have to go out and get all the stuff to pack them individually and distribute them. You're driving everything. I don't think people appreciate. I mean, how much work's involved.
It was me, Cristiano from Balloon Man Spain. Him and Laura. They're just such huge supporters. They gave us a lock-up, and Paul Shafto, he gave us a lock-up, and it was really the 4 of us that done everything. But you know what? Honestly, it's so much work. It's really, really stressful. And sometimes you get the good feelings from families, sometimes you get the "are you for real" feeling from families. You know, it's everyday people, so you get all the different emotions. It's a roller coaster. You get the sad stories, you get the annoying stories. But it is the camaraderie between us. I mean, we have so much fun doing it, even when we're stressing. Poor Jack, bless his heart. I couldn't have done any of it without him. I mean, I'm so lucky to have him as a partner. He flies over constantly to do everything we need to do. And I mean, without him, it wouldn't have happened. Without the team, it wouldn't have happened. But we do have fun while we do it, so I'm not going to pretend like it's all just a hard slog. We laugh a lot while we go.
But I think that's the focus you put on everything you do since I met you. You've always worked hard. You were always at your business.
Yeah.
You understand that you need to be supervised, no matter how good your team is. You need to lead by example.
Yeah.
And it always amazed me is how you do everything, but always so joyfully. And you have such, say, back operations. I mean, things you can't even imagine, and you're still rocking it.
Do you know what, though? I do think I think people get so caught up in the slog of life. I mean, we all have our problems. You know, everybody does. It doesn't matter what spectrum you're in. You always have your own problems. But if you don't try and enjoy everything you're doing, then what are you doing it for? Do you know what I mean? You can't go through every day complaining you've got to go work or it's busy or it's not busy. You have to just, at some point, just go, right, well, it is what it is, and it will be what it will be, as long as you try hard and
enjoy the moment.
And enjoy it. You have to enjoy it.
You travel, not travel, but you, with the kids, it's lovely to see how you go to Madrid and you go here and you do things, and I love all your outings and following them. Are you following up with your modelling? Because I know you do tattoo modelling, bikini modelling. Are you keeping your hands on everything?
I took a break last year from it, mainly because when I don't enjoy something, I mean, modelling, you know, seeing the pictures at the end of it can be great. I can be quite self-critical as well. When I see pictures of myself, I think, oh, God, I don't like that. And then you see them plastered everywhere, you think, oh, God, I don't like that. But then I find friends will take worse pictures of you on a night out. They get plastered everywhere. But, no, I've had a few offers for things coming this year. I've taken on 2, so I'll be doing 2 jobs at least. And there's some filming as well, which is filming new tattoos being done, which I've signed into.
You got any space for any more?
I do. There's always space for a new tattoo. I really want the whole collarbone done. I did it for the circus fundraiser that we did, and I loved it, but I don't, you know, you've got to think when you get older. I don't think that part.
Yeah, just take a look at my neck and think twice, because
you've actually got quite a lovely neck there, Nicole.
Things do move. I'm glad you brought up the Sirocco, because the amount of people who've seen the footage, which you will see too, but the amount of people who've seen, that were there, and the people thereafter have seen the footage that cannot believe they missed out on it. Cara, I wish I was wearing my hat, because I do take it off to you and Jack and to Lynn and Penny. I mean, God, you all, the whole staff at Sirocco.
I mean, Sirocco Beach is just awesome. It's just it's my party place. If I'm going out, especially in the summer, but if I'm going out, I'm going Sirocco Beach, because you can't match it.
The music, the live sax,
the
everything
feeling there, it's not pretentious, it's not everyone just staring at each other, it's everyone's just gone there for a good time, and that's exactly what you're guaranteed every time you go.
And there's parking. And there's parking.
Yeah.
I mean, which is like a really big plus going to the beach.
They've got big DJ down there, they've got saxophone, violinists, and everything they bring there is fantastic. And previously years, I didn't used to eat there. Now, the last couple of years I've been eating there, and I mean, the food's fantastic as well.
Well, the food at the event was exquisite. The service, even though there were so many of us,
the guys
was
great.
Wonderful.
It's a great team.
All those people giving their time for the charity. So many singers, flamethrowers, acrobats. The monkey guy, I mean, it was just
And it was
exciting.
a new thing for them as well, because they don't usually do charity events. So when I approached Francis to do it, they didn't really know the whole concept or how it worked, but they really threw themselves into it. I mean, honestly, the whole team were amazing.
The staff, I mean, even the staff dressed up with the clowns, and it really was one of the best nights I've been to in many years, like in the old days of Marbella, when the parties.
Even
like
Giles, actually, Giles Brown, obviously, he came on when he was at Compare, and you know, I mean, we all know how many events he does, and he said it was one of the best he'd ever been to. So it's
really
lovely
true
to hear things like that.
It is, and Giles is old school as well. He's been here forever. We know Marbella of the 80s, all the, you know, the places of being, and there's really, it was a party up there with the best.
Sam, who done all of the circus bits, all of the girls on skates and the fire. I mean, my God, what a team. They are.
So this is a company that...
It's a company.
Wow.
They are insane. There's nothing they don't have. They had the Monkey Man. They've got the what's the ones that you bend over? I mean, they've got literally everything. And when we did the Greatest Showman song at the end, and everyone came out, I mean, it really was a special night.
It was definitely dynamic.
Yeah.
You starting a new career. You sold your restaurant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everyone thinks, oh, bankrupt with COVID. Not this smart cookie. No, this smart cookie managed to sell
it. To be honest,
like
you know, I owned it with my twin, and she's obviously owned with Mirage. The restaurant business for her was always, I was obviously the one running it, she wasn't there, and it was always just a sort of stress to her that she didn't want, certainly towards the end. But it was my baby, so I really didn't want to sell it. But obviously going forward now, it was by far the best thing to happen. I do believe everything happens for a reason. But when the boardwalk went, you know, I kept looking at all different things to do. I went to open a few places, and then right at the end, it just didn't feel right to me. And I always do go from my gut instinct. And it, you know, it's just come to the point now. I was asked to get involved with Umbrellas, which is opening in the Bull Ring in the arena in Banús. And it's a cocktail bar, which is going to be really fun. It's going to have a DJ. It's going to have all, it's everything that we're bringing to it is going to be fresh and something that Marbella and Banús needs. Because I think it's got a bit samey over the last few years. But it's also a barbers. We've got 2 amazing barbers coming in there. I've gone back to college a few months now and retrained in aesthetics and massage and manicure and pedicure, so I can obviously offer those things.
Oh my God, I mean, who nicer to go to than someone looking like you. So make me look like you, do stuff, do me
well,
stuff.
it's men, so I don't think the men will be wanting to look like me, but
no, but they get to look at you.
They do, yeah. They can look
Chat
as much
with you.
as they like. But no, but you know what? It was such a new concept. And when Harvey approached me for it, I never even dreamed to do that. I never really was interested in the beauty industry, apart from obviously getting everything done myself. But I've absolutely loved going back to college, and every time I pass an exam, I'm really proud of myself for doing it, because it's harder when you're learning things getting older. It's not as easy, and obviously to do any sort of aesthetics in Spain, you have to be trained as a medic. So I'm doing all legal medical training as well, which is, it's a lot of reading, it's a lot of learning. But I'm loving it, I've got to say. And I've passed the first 4 exams, so I'll be ready to open in February, all trained up.
You are absolutely awesome. Woman of all trades. Doesn't matter what you need doing, Jaye Caradas will make sure it gets done. But that's the thing, it's not just talking about it, it's doing it. And you get up and you do. So, Cara, thank you so much for getting up and coming here. It's lovely to start off the year with you. And if you would like to help Caradas and the Food Fairies, others Caradas, please do get in contact with Cara. They'll be delighted for the help and looking out for this new place. What's it called?
It's called Umbrellas.
Umbrellas. Coming soon. Don't go away. We will be back after this short snippet of the fabulous charity event at Sirocco Beach, Cirque de Sirocco, and then my next guest, Martina Spann. See you in a minute. Don't go away.
Made a difference by being like everyone else.
Judy and John are getting along famously. They have so much in common, which now includes both being too tipsy to drive home.
Oh, John, you can't drive home like that. Neither can I.
John looks worried, but not our Judy. She simply calls Linear Director for a free taxi and a tow truck to take her and her car home. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody, nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? GY.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Joining me now is Martina Spann, an absolutely lovely lady that I met at one of our United Nationalities of Marbella summits to have more contact with. And the more I know about you, Martina, the more I like you, the more admiration I have for you. So welcome to the program, and thank you so much for taking the time to come today. I really appreciate it. Martina, when you were here the last time, last year, amazing, we were talking about investments, and it's amazing that you understand that kind of thing. It's beyond me. But today, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about the talks that you give about human rights. I went to one at the Owners Club in the Puente Romano, and I liked it so much. It opened my eyes just so much, and then the conversations that followed with the people there. You're giving another one next Monday that you might like to come. So can you explain a bit what you're going to talk about and why you are talking about human rights at Puente Romano? It's like an incongruous mix.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me again. And the liking and admiring is likewise.
Thank you.
Well, the human rights thing is simply I all have my postgrad studies in that field. And no, I don't think it is a contradiction to give such speeches wherever, because there is more and more awareness in the world about these things. And basically, the presentation that you saw was about how do we produce and how do we, as customers, when we buy something, influence the way it's being produced, because the greatest influence is on the person that buys.
I don't think we appreciate the power as the consumer that we have of the process that comes beforehand, in the sense if we were more vociferous, if we were more demanding of the process and procedures, they wouldn't be as they are, would be the consensus I took away, that for things to change, the whole system has to change. Because if we take away the, like I was saying, well, let's just buy second-hand clothes. But then, as you said, then they won't have jobs. But if the jobs are well paid, then there won't be this abuse. But it seems quite a vicious, literally vicious circle.
It absolutely is. And I mean, the presentation that you saw, you know that I split it in two parts. One is human rights, and the other part was how does the textile industry, the garment industry produce. Why did I choose the garment industry? Because if I base it on banking or on the oil industry, not everybody feels touched, not everybody feels identified, exactly, and associates with themselves. But we all buy clothes. We all go to a mall and buy a pair of jeans. And well, I start with the end of the presentation where I say, okay, one is the owner of a multinational. The second one is one that goes to Bangladesh and buys or negotiates and buys the product that is in the end in the retail shops and is under a lot of pressure because there is so much competition worldwide. And then the third one is the owner of a sweatshop in Bangladesh. And the fourth one is one of seamstresses that work for literally cents the hour or even per month, because it is, I mean, their salaries and when they first get their job, very often they get their passports taken away. They do not even earn anything. They are not even allowed to go to the bathroom, so it is really severe. But then the fifth position that I do in these workshops, I started the presentation for young children. I said, okay, you are the customer now, the client that goes into a retail shop and buys a pair of jeans. And what we don't realize, if we only paid like 5 cents more, that would already make a difference. So it's not that very difficult. And very often also it's based on the notion that people do not realize that it really has to do with human rights. This is not about negotiating a good salary. This is really about basic human rights because it's a modern form of slavery. And when we look...
I don't think we equate with this. And I think this is a very good point to actually make a point of. Most of us go through our days completely unaware of what we're actually doing or the repercussions of our actions, like the flapping the butterfly wings of all the things that happen because of our ignorance, basically.
Yeah, because simply we never thought about it. I did not think about many things before I went into these studies. For example, I also did not realize that you can't really enforce human rights laws on an international base, or the labor laws, because there is sovereignty of the states. Every country has sovereignty, and no other state is allowed to get into that. And so when we look at CSR, at the corporate social responsibility, and you have the veil of incorporation, as it's called, this company owns this company, this company owns this company, this company owns this company. It is extremely difficult to follow the chain and to really make sure that you're complying with everything. Because very often for the end user, even though they would like to look into it, it is impossible to follow.
Yeah, we can't be on everything in the sense of you're working, you have a family. To find the time to do the investigation, to do the research is very difficult, which is why it's wonderful to have people like yourself who bring up these issues, because I found it exceedingly thought-provoking, frustrating in the sense of what is the solution, because on the one hand, well, the solution not to pay more money is people just not to allow the final price to be more important than human dignity and basic rights.
But here we are, the human dignity and basic rights, this is exactly where it starts. And a lot of people, they see human rights as something that concerns refugees. No, we have a right to life. We have a right to free movement. We have a right to free speech. This is something that most people know. But we have a right of assembly. We have even a right of standard for health and well-being. So all this is guaranteed in the Human Rights Declaration of the United Nations of 1948. But then it goes much further back. It goes back to the American Constitution. We talk 1774, don't nail me down on that, but more or less. Or 1791, Thomas Paine, The Right of Men. And it goes that far back. And
I think we need to remember this in the sense, a lot of people have sacrificed so much to give us the liberties that we enjoy today, at least in our part of the world. And I think we have to make sure we do everything to keep those liberties because, as I say, it's been centuries in the making.
I absolutely agree with you, and people have given their lives, as you say. There was a lot of blood on that. So our ancestors really fought for that with their lives, absolutely. This is not something that came naturally or easily. I mean, it is a right that is natural. That's guaranteed also in the Human Rights Declaration, that it is not alienable. It is natural. It is equal. But
we need to remember that.
Absolutely.
We get lost in our day-to-day. We get lost in the importance of things as opposed to people, and people need to take precedent. I love the way you're also very much involved with the universities, German education system. You're very much involved in so many things. Bringing this information to children is fundamental. I think that such a difficult time, getting them involved, seeing how they can collaborate and getting their feedback of possible solutions. Do you find that the youth are looking to solutions? How are they feeling? What's the general climate like based on?
I would say the youth is very much looking into solutions, and when you look at things closer, I'm not doing so many different things because it all somehow has to do with education, because it all comes down to education, education, education. You have to educate young people because, as we said before, we did not know of the implications of buying maybe this product and not another. What does it do in the world? How is it produced? At what cost does it come? This is basically a question that we have to ask ourselves in a lot of things. At what cost does what come? Basically, it's interesting. Once I met somebody at a very young age, I was still in my mid-20s, and the guy was a psychologist. And he said, well, try to put yourself through a filter with absolutely every decision that you make in a day, or whatever gives you an emotion. It may be that somebody takes your preference away while you're driving. It may be that the sales assistant is not friendly while she's selling the pretzel to you. You know, simple things. And I did that, and it became almost something that I got addicted to, because it is very, very interesting to analyze yourself with all these small things and to question also small decisions, or why is somebody sympathetic to you or not so much. And this analysis, when you apply it to things, it's an interesting thing. And like you said before, we have to think, okay, if, for example, these people that produce at such a lousy salary, so to call it, if they hadn't gotten that job, they would starve to death. But this does not give us the right to keep on abusing them, because it is abusive. I have no right to wear a pair of jeans that costs me literally €5 because somebody else is working for almost next to nothing.
So it's something that obviously, somehow we need to do something about. Being aware is the first step.
Yes.
Knowing that this is an issue, and then together finding a way through it. Martina, thank you so much for coming and at least bringing the subject up. I'm very much looking forward on Monday to your talk. Can other people come as well? Is it a closed forum?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
no,
it's Monday
not a closed forum.
evening at
I think 9:30. They start 9 or 9:30, but I will send you the details.
So 9 o'clock, just in case, at the Owners Club in Puente Romano to hear Martina Spann talking about...
No, it's online.
Oh, it's online?
Online.
Oh, awesome.
It's the Rotary Club del Mediterraneo.
Oh, wonderful.
It is in Zoom.
Oh, okay, because last time I was actually there, and that was
yes,
wonderful. But the
yes.
Zoom will be nice too, so we don't even have to leave home.
No.
Looking forward to it. Well, the details are on the screen. And Martina, lovely to see you again. Thank you so much for all your help, everything you do. In fact, when I wanted to do the suicide prevention helpline, first person I contacted was Martina. She gave me immediately the number, they gave me to the number to get me the number to La Barandilla.
And actually, it's the same Rotary Club that has that huge Rotary... yes, suicide prevention program. It's the same Rotary Club.
See, hashtag better together. Martina, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And don't go away, because I will be back in just a moment with Michaela of Choco Fruits.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart. We can change it.
Zero Hero
Welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Hi guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
I met my next guest when she opened a lovely, chic Choco Fruits coffee shop in the Centro Plaza. She's now just moved the shop to San Pedro, where I believe there'll be more street traffic. And I'm so excited to welcome you back to the program, although the first time in the studio. Michaela, how lovely to see you.
Hello, so nice to see you again. How are you?
Very, very well. Very happy for you that your business is going well.
Thank you.
And that you managed to realize that perhaps you'd be better served in a different area. That was a big decision, right?
Yeah, the thing is, it didn't work very well in Centro Plaza just because of the location, and then we had to move to San Pedro. But as you said, there are so many people in there, and there are more locals, so people seem to come every day, and because they like the product, they come back.
The idea for this business you had during lockdown, you started just making at home your own fruits with chocolate,
Yes.
indulging yourself with all those luxuries. What was it that made you think, I'm going to do this as a business?
Well, you know, when I started to work the chocolate, because the chocolate has its magic and you have to work it to be able to do the desserts and all the strawberries covered in chocolate. So then by working it, it was so relaxing for me and I enjoyed it so much. And then I said, okay, let's turn this into business. So that's why.
A big step, a brave step, and no negatives about Centro Plaza. It's a fabulous place, but each thing needs to be in the right location, and I'm glad that you found that perfect location. And what a lovely gift idea. Michaela gave me this gift before, and I said, please give it to me on air. Because, I mean, this is just gorgeous. The box is so, as they say in Spanish, so cookie. It's so cute. It's such a lovely gift idea, apart from everyone's a big thank you. I can't wait to look inside, but also to show, I mean, look at that. Can you see?
Yeah, they moved a bit on the way.
But I mean, absolutely delightful. So this obviously is a strawberry.
Yeah, we do chocolate covered strawberries.
Yummy, 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 yummy. So obviously, at any meal, any gift, it's just the perfect thing.
Yeah, and it's the perfect thing for Valentine's Day, which is around the corner.
Which is around the corner.
Yeah, and on the website we have a lot of gifts, and I mean, except all the homemade cakes that we do as well, then we have all these beautiful gifts with flowers and chocolate, and we try to personalize everything. So every gift that people buy, it's unique. It's not the same thing. Even if you see this box online, we always change it and customize it on everyone's desire, you know.
Oh my God, you should be in every hotel. Everyone should be giving you choco fruits. Definitely, if you're watching, what a great thing to leave, you know, when in the bedrooms, a little choco fruit on the pillow or something.
Or for a birthday gift or surprise.
Children's birthday parties, because you can personalize everything.
Yes, I can, yeah.
So you could put names on and initials. I mean, there's all
messages.
Yeah, or like for baby reveals as well.
I have that on the website. Yeah, there are a lot of things.
I'm just sitting there thinking, oh my God, all the things that you could do with giving chocolate. So tell us, whereabouts is the new place?
It's just on the boulevard in San Pedro. There is a bus stop, like the main bus stop, which you can take the bus to go to Estepona, Malaga, and all that. So people can actually see it. It's called Avenida Hermanos Álvarez Quintero, which is on the main boulevard after the big roundabout. And actually, I'm so happy with the new place because you can actually see it from the road, so people cannot miss it.
And also, you have like a coffee shop area, so you can actually you don't just take away your chocolates. You can sit there and have coffees and your cakes and all other kind of delicious, like afternoon tea snack things. Is how I feel.
We do that as well. We do that, and you can enjoy little cakes and a coffee and a hot chocolate, and you can.
Are you open every day?
I'm open from Tuesday to Sunday, and Monday we have the day off. And it's from 11 to 2 o'clock, and then from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 7. It's just because of the location. People don't used to come at that time.
No, but that's a good timetable. It gives you time to have a life as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Michaela, where are you from?
I'm from Romania originally, and then I spent like 12, 13 years in England, and then I came to Marbella to enjoy the sunshine.
And you're loving it?
Yeah.
Every
I
day
do.
more, I could
I
see
do.
it.
I do.
first met you thanks to my lovely Elendil Dieth.
That's true.
And you at the time were doing magical surprises.
Yeah.
Do you still do that as well? Because it fits in quite nicely.
Listen, actually, I was thinking about it when you invited me to the show, that I was looking at magical surprises, and I'm like, maybe I should bring it back, because it fits with the chocolate and everything. We do champagne, we do a lot of things. So I think I'm going to bring it back.
Because
I'm
that's
gonna
how I first
Elendil.
met you, was doing these fabulous magical surprises. You could give a gift of something special for someone special. And so, yeah, I kind of think it lends itself nicely. Well, I'm really looking forward to coming to the
Thank
shop.
you.
It's not a threat. I will go with my camera so you guys can take a look. But I thoroughly and heartily encourage you to pop along to Choco Fruits, to meet Michaela in person, and to taste some of these amazing chocolate fruits. It's not just strawberries you do, right?
No, no.
You bathe lots of fruits
Yeah,
now.
and everything is homemade and natural, like homemade waffles, homemade cakes, homemade cupcakes, everything.
Like literally yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Michaela, thank you so very much. Thank you very much for my gift.
pleasure.
And remember, Valentine's Day or any day, Choco Fruits. Thank you, Michaela. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
Magnosis is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Caradas are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
moms and want to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hi, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
So, welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
Joining me now is Lily van Tongeren, maybe the last guest of the program, but certainly not the least. One of the most interactive volunteers for AAA Marbella since I've known her, which has been quite a few years, and as of recently, Vice President of Marbella's AAA. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think that is wonderful. What can I say? To see the passion and time that you've given to the association, and that now finally you have a voice in the association, must be very rewarding and a relief.
Yes, both. It is rewarding and of course a relief, because you know, as a volunteer, you see a lot of things, you do a lot of things, and there are a lot of things that I think for myself, with my experience, could change. But if you do not have a final voice in that, then there's always other people that might not want to change, and a fresh change is always better. I mean, the board that has now been there for many years, I think when you're in the job for a long time, you kind of get into a way of going, and sometimes it helps to kind of put in some fresh people with fresh ideas and a different look, and I hope that that's what we can do.
Undeniably, and I think also those people who've had that responsibility for so many years, it has to take its toll.
Yeah.
And I think, as you say, any business, it just needs that new blood, new vision, so I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Because I know what you do, and I know how much you do, and I know how much it means to you. Just off air, we were talking about all the puppies that Lily takes in, and I don't know how emotionally you handle it, because you adore the dogs, and yet you take in dogs that are about to die, and they do die in your custody. You take in puppies, and then you give them off to other people when you've loved them and you've brought them up. How do you deal with the emotional aspect?
Well, I think like anybody else, it doesn't take time to love an animal. Just recently there was our vet called me and he said, would you mind taking in a very old dog who needs to go, but I prefer not to put him to sleep in the shelter. Could you take him in for a few days to give him a bit of a home, a bit of a love, a little bit of care for his last few days, and then I will come to your home to put him to sleep, because he was very old and very ill and partially paralyzed as well. So I said, sure, bring him. I discussed it with Tom, my husband, of course, who needs to decide also. And so Rocky was
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Rocky was a big German Shepherd, and I've never had a big German Shepherd. And he was the most adorable dog. We both fell in love within a day. And it wasn't a few days, it was several weeks that he managed to hold on. And he attached himself very quickly to us. He even managed, with his paralyzed legs, to come to the gate when we came home, if we had been away, to greet us. And then at one point he couldn't get up at all anymore, and we knew it was his time to go. And so the veterinarian came, and then yes, it's very, very sad, but it's at the other time, it's very beautiful to be able to give a dog the last love and to let him go with love. And it hurts for a while, but then on the other hand, I've learned to say that, okay, it's painful, but I can deal with it, and I'll make room for another one.
I love that
and
you also do,
on.
You're very artistic, and I love that you take stones, and each animal gets their little dedicatoria stone, which you made one for me for my darling when she passed.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely detail that in your garden you have all those
memory
commemorative
garden.
stones, and memory garden.
Yeah.
The events for AAA raising funds are fundamental.
Yes,
when I
absolutely.
met you, this was your primary goal, objective, getting different businesses to organize events to raise money. people who are doing birthday parties as opposed to presents can ask for donations or donations of food, supplies. There's lots of ways we can help with the association. What are the easiest things we can do, Lily, to support AAA?
The easiest thing always is to become a member or become a friend or virtually adopt a dog. Luckily, we have quite a lot of people who love to sponsor that way. It's a very personal way of getting a special dog or cat to sponsor. And come to our events, of course, and donate either monthly or once in a while, whenever it's convenient. And of course, the events that we're putting on, come and visit the events. With the COVID, has been very difficult because, of course, we've been close to the public, and that way we lose a lot of money because people would come and leave a donation.
Rely heavily on donations in the
Absolutely.
sense you do now, and really nice to see the Marbella Town Hall each year gives more, which
Yes.
I think it's very reassuring because it's good for the city. We don't have stray dogs and poops everywhere because they're at AAA is one
Yes.
of the good positives.
Yes, we really, really appreciate the work that the City Hall is doing with us. We're really working closely together. They keep an eye on what we need. And of course, they have now promised that they would help us with improving the building. So we're hoping that that will be a reality soon. And yes, so working together with the City Hall is very important, of course.
You have a nice event coming up for AAA, and it's nice to see there's lots of different types of things that you can do, because this isn't a normal fashion show or luncheon. This is
No.
something quite different.
Yes, absolutely necessary to have something very different. It's the first time that we do this. It's a whole weekend. It's called Fitness Festival Marbella. And it's geared towards all the people who always, because Marbella is a city where there's a lot of people go to fitness, go to sports school, are very health conscious. More and more restaurants are doing vegan, vegetarian, healthy foods. So we're hoping to reach a different type of people with this festival. There will be many, many stalls, all different businesses, sports schools, sports wear, everything can be presented there. We have speakers, we have demonstrations of different possibilities like yoga or pole dancing or anything to do with the physical health and of course, therefore, also the mental health.
And where is this being held?
It's being held at the Palacio de Congresos
so
in Marbella.
it's a big fair.
It's a big fair. It's a big location. We have different sections. We have sections for different kind of sports. We have a food section. We have a section for extraordinary sports or mental health or metaphysical health. Yes, so there's different things to do. The entree is only €5 and €3 for children. There's a lot of things for children as well. So it's a big thing. We have nice posters out. We have a special website for it. It's www.fitnessfestivalmarbella.com. All the information is on there. There is an email address. So all information can be gathered from the website or through email. People can still contact us on this website or the email to book a place.
So who's organising this?
We are organising it. We have some people in hand that have offered to help. Luke, who you have met before.
Right, yeah, he's awesome.
He did some lunches for us, and he is now also helping a lot. He's organising this a lot.
Well, he's a fitness coach, so...
Yeah, and the new president, Elise, her daughter is a fantastic yoga teacher. So the idea came from them, and they are, together with Luke and some other people in the fitness industry, organising this whole event.
Oh, see, already things are branching out in new areas.
Yes.
Which is just
Very
wonderful
important.
to see.
Because, the more people we reach into different areas, the more people will get to know us, the more people will benefit from us, and we will benefit from
No,
the
and also
people.
dog lovers now will get to know a little bit more about the health industry and things
Yes.
that are out there.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people think, for example, with pole dancing, oh, I couldn't do that. And then you see people that the least expected that dominate the pole, and it's
Yes.
like, sure, why not? There's
Yes.
so many interesting ways to get fit.
Yes, and there's so many ways to get fit indeed. There is dancing, there's pole dancing, there's yoga, there's even meditation, which will help. So anything, food, anything to do with fitness and health, we try to really present and represent.
And what dates?
It's on the 29th and the 30th of January, every day from 10 till 5.
Is it already any more spaces for stands and
Yes,
stalls?
there is still some room for stands, and people can contact us for that. Also, people who would like to demonstrate one of their sports or perform a pole dancing or anything. There is still some room to do that. Unfortunately, we only have a month to prepare all this. Normally an event like that would take 3-4 months to prepare. But,
or a year.
Or a year. But because we get to use the Palacio de Congresos, which is booked quite a lot, because we could use it in that weekend, we thought, well, we'll just give it a shot and we'll go after it and we'll just go gung-ho on it. And a lot of energy is be put in with a lot of people, and I'm sure it will be great success.
It's fabulous. I'm sure it's going to be the first of many. There's going to be the annual
That's what we are hoping.
Festival.
Yes, that's what we're hoping, because it's one of the first and the biggest fitness and health festival for Marbella.
Well, there you go. And in aid of AAA Marbella, which is our animal rescue centre here in Marbella, where all the animals, dogs and cats, even a pig, are looked after and given the best life possible, which means it's good for everyone. Don't shop, adopt.
Absolutely.
Is definitely the motto. If you're looking for a doggy, go to the website, AAAMarbella.org, because all the animals are carefully photographed and their information, as much as available, put online, so before you go you can actually pre-select maybe the animal you would like to adopt,
yes.
or virtually adopt.
Or virtually adopt,
or
yes.
just become a friend of.
And we have all sorts. We have young ones, we have older ones, middle-aged ones, big ones,
Little
small
ones.
ones, little ones as well. No, well, not this little, not the teacup size. But yes, before you decide to buy a dog, I would really ask everyone to please look at the shelters, not only our shelter, but there are more shelters
Yeah,
to
you've got
see.
a Dana and the,
Yes, to see if there is a dog or a pet that will suit you. Some are just absolutely beautiful. One of the pups I had is just adopted a few days ago. He was absolutely gorgeous, and it will help to stop the puppy mills, because the pups and the dogs that you would buy in stores usually come from very bad puppy mills. They're not healthy. We get a lot of complaints from store-bought dogs that end up dead or very ill. So I
They're
warn
very delicate,
everybody.
these specially bred animals.
Yes.
They have a lot of...
Because they're not bred properly.
Yeah.
If you have to buy, and if you want a specific sort, please go to a certified breeder. Do not buy a puppy from the window, you know the song. Do not just go buy, and they're very adorable in the glass cages, and they're very adorable, and they call you to please take me home, but be very careful with store-bought animals. Go to a breeder if you want to, specific breed, a certified breeder, so then you know you're getting a good and healthy and well looked after dog.
Lily, thank you so much. Thanks for AAA for everything they do for our city. A big thank you to all of you for joining me. As you can see, all our guests have some amazing information to share. Please support our city. If we help each other, we'll all be fine. We're one big happy family in Marbella, and typical Spanish style, we have to be a close family. Lily, thank you very much.
Thank you very
I
much
look
for
forward
having
to
me.
seeing you at the fitness festival. I really,
You certainly should show up.
yeah,
It's
I'm looking
great.
forward to it.
Yes.
And if you would like to share the show, you can do so, because all the programs are broadcast on RTV Marbella. They're repeated every day, but they're also available online for RTV Marbella website, or you can go to my website, nicoleking.es, for a link to the show. Also to my column in the Euroweekly News, Marbella Moments, and our Zero Hero website, which is promoting road traffic safety and giving free soft drinks to designated drivers. Please also check out our United Nationalities of Marbella website. We've got a lot of incentives going on. One of them is finding internship opportunities for our youth, also hangout spaces. You've got a restaurant, bar, a hotel that can encourage our youngsters to go and give them a safe space to hang out. That'd be much appreciated. Plus, we're raising funds and awareness for our suicide prevention helpline. Anything you can do to help will be much appreciated. Hashtag better together. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Hasta luego.